So the Fever are playing against the Aces today, and this is a very odd game because the best player on both of the teams aren't playing. The best player on both the Indiana Fever and the Vegas Aces are not playing. And you would think, okay, this is going to be an interesting game. I have no idea. Like, I think this is going to be a really weird and awkward game. I think Nalissa Smith is going to destroy the Fever. That is my theory, is that Nalissa Smith is going to cook the Indiana Fever. ESPN gives the Aces a 60% chance of winning. I think it's about right. To be honest. Betting odds have the Fever win this game. But yeah. Caitlin Clark out. Dana Evans has played this year, so it doesn't really matter. But Caitlin Clark out. A'ja Wilson out. And it's just like, this is a mad game. This is a mad game. And it is a lot of this is going to come down to, like, if you look at matchup for matchup, Chelsea Gray over Jackie Young versus Ty Harris. Jackie Young wins by 100 miles. Jewel Lloyd versus Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell wins. Steph Talbot versus I'm just trying to think of what their matchups are going to be. Steph Talbot versus Lexi, probably. They're the same. Power forward, Chelsea Gray versus Mo Billings. Chelsea Gray is so much better. And center, Nalissa Smith versus Aaliyah. Aaliyah's better. But I don't know. Like, I think Nalissa Smith's going to cook tonight. Like, I think Nalissa Smith is going to cook the Indiana Fever. Like, the Fever don't match up well to point forward Chelsea Gray. And if this game's even close, you just know. You just know that like, Chelsea Gray is going to go and cook them down the stretch. Like, when it comes down to it, down the stretch of this game, like, Chelsea Gray is going to be the one hitting the shots. The Indiana Fever are not a good clutch team. They're really not. Like, everyone talks about, Caitlin Clark's. I saw top 5 clutch players, and they're like, Caitlin Clark's top 5 clutch player. No, she hasn't. I know she's hit the game winner. But, like, the Indiana Fever, if the Indiana Fever are down with 2 minutes to go, they're losing. Like, if you've looked at the Indiana Fever, if they are down with 5 minutes to go, they're losing. I cannot stress this enough. Like, if the Indiana Fever are down with 5 minutes to go, they've lost. Other than Washington. And did they do it against Chicago? And again, it was a Washington team while they were still in their tank mode. And without Kiki Iriafen as well, might I add. Without their most clutch player in Kiki Iriafen. Like, nearly every close game the Indiana Fever are going to lose. Unless, again, they're the ones on top. If they're on top, they can do a good job hitting free throws and, holding out a game. They're not the worst at that. They've had the meltdown against Kelsey Mitchell's meltdown against Chicago, but, like, it is what it is. That being said, like, the Fever just aren't good in close games, and Vegas are really good in close games. The Fever need to channel the Black Air Force energy to win this game. And for people being like, the Fever nearly beat the Aces last year. The Fever aren't as good last year. Ty Harris is not as good at being a replacement for Caitlin Clark as Odyssey Sims. She's just not. Kelsey Mitchell, if Kelsey Mitchell gives the effort that she gave in the playoffs, she's just going to die. She might die. For the regular season, she might just die. Aaliyah Boston is better now with Caitlin, but worse without Caitlin. She's not the back down player that she was a year ago. She's faster. She's a better shooter. She's more of a popper. She plays the game now in a way that would be like, okay, yeah, this is how to do well with Caitlin, rather than the opposite. But for the Aces, I think they have the best player on the floor in Jackie Young. Fever then have 2 of the next best 3. But then, like, do the Aces have like the next 4 best players? And you also have to take into account the Aces might have the second best player on the floor. They have a little player called Kennedy Carter. They have a player named Kennedy Carter who is, over the course of a season, over the course of like 44 games, maybe she can cause a little bit of trouble. Maybe she can piss off teammates and people might not want her. Might not want her around. Teams might not want her around. That is fine. In a 1-game sample size, if she's on, she's like, if a team decided next year they wanted to just build around Kennedy Carter and play her like 2001 Allen Iverson, she's averaging 30 a game. Like, she is the most skilled guard, or the quickest guard. She's relentless. Like, the problem is, without, for lack of a better word, like, her inability to get her shit together, I don't think she'd be the same player as she is. But, like, it's about being able to channel all that in a positive way. But even without AJ Wilson, Kennedy Carter could be unfair. Like, this is going to be a really tough matchup for the Indiana Fever. And I do think age is a bigger loss for Vegas than Caitlin is for Indiana, because Caitlin play a completely different style. Because the Fever just play a different style entirely that doesn't suit Caitlin being on the floor, and they're hard to game plan for it because they just kind of wing it. They don't. People are like, they move the ball better. No, they don't. They literally just wing it. They wing it and hope for the best. And we want to say, oh, they did against the Sparks don't count. The Sparks suck. But yeah, look, my guess is a 15-point win for the Aces. The Fever are there at halftime, maybe ahead of halftime, and the Aces pull away in the third quarter, and the Fever don't have it in to come back. That's my guess. The Indiana Fever are, if they dig themselves a hole, they're not coming back tonight. They're just not. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the video. I'll see you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.